Hello guys, welcome to Two Latin Brothers, also known as T.L.B.P. I forgot the podcast, sorry. I'm Victor.
I'm Adrian.
And we have another guest for episode 12?
Yes, 12. Yeah, 12. Yes, because every week we're guessing now. Okay. It's only been like 3 months.
Exactly.
And we can't even do this anymore.
Yeah, so introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Jonathan.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that intro. It's straight, simple.
It's like, my name is Jonathan.
I was like, I'm not showing up tonight. Should I like give out like my birthday? Like, do you guys want to know like what my like celestial thing is? Like, it's like, what's my astrology symbol? There's literally people who do that. Like, I had a friend. She was talking about how she wanted to be on the podcast, and I was like. And she's like, yo, we could talk about... I'm like, no, I'm not getting into any of this stuff. No, just no. This is crash and burn already.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan's my guest for this week, so you have some questions. Well,
I have to
You're supposed to have some questions.
I actually have questions. I actually thought up of questions.
Oh, he wrote them up on his phone.
No, my phone went off. That's why I was making sure, because I texted a friend earlier. I'm just making sure he texted me back.
Oh, okay.
Just got a confirmation. No, but my question, I guess my first question is, and this is the question, it's almost the first question we ask every single time now at this point, because it's been like, I don't know, we don't really know each other's friends for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just like, I know you by name, and that's about it.
I've heard like two or three stories about you.
Yeah, and then it's just like, I never heard about you again. And then for the rest of eternity, it's like, I have this friend. It's like, okay, well, like, I guess we're just not going to use names anymore.
Yeah.
But that's literally what it's like. So my first question is, do you remember how you met Victor?
I'm pretty sure I do. So I was like in kindergarten and then at another school, like an older school. And then like my mom switched me out of the school because she didn't like the teacher that I would have had for grade 1.
Okay.
So I got switched into the same school as Victor.
Yeah.
And so how I met Victor was I was walking up and I seen him hanging out with one of his friends.
Okay.
And then
I love this retelling. It's like, cause it's almost like you're trying to like grasp at straw. It's like, I think this happened.
Yeah. But yeah, so I met Victor out on the
soccer field.
Yeah. So
the school has a play for context. The school has a play structure
and two soccer fields.
And 2 soccer fields, in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I met Victor, and I seen him like hanging out with his friend, and I thought I would just chill for a little bit, and then I met him in class, and then we like. A couple weeks later, we just started being good friends.
Yeah, we just kind of hit it off. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we were being moved around a lot because the teacher kept arranging our desks. I think at one point we were just sitting together, and that's how we were kind of forced, or we were like partnered up in a group.
Yeah.
I remember once, me and this guy, when we were in grade 2, our teacher moved us around a lot, and we spent like an entire class once. I think we were like watching some movie. He took everything out of his desk, and I took everything out of my desk, and we like put it in each other's desks. And we switched spots. And then I remember the teacher being like so confused because she had like a seating chart. She's like, "How did you?" And then she like just picked up his desk and moved it where my desk was. And then we literally just did it again. So I got my original desk back. Like we were just really bored. But it was really funny because we just kept switching desks.
And the teacher's like, what's happening?
No, but what's really interesting about most of your friends, you met them when you were little.
Yeah.
And you always hit it off easily when you're little. Like nowadays, you walk up to some guy and you're like, sup? And he just like, who are you?
Well, I'm just a very likable person. Like,
yeah.
I can just honestly walk up to anybody and be like, you, me, friends now.
Yeah. Okay, look, wait. When you turn 18 and you do that, what a creep. Just straight up creep.
No. Like, obviously I'm not gonna do that when I'm older. But like, you know, when I'm in high school, you know, it's still kind of easy. It's easier in middle school. But you know.
No. When you're like, once you enter like high school, like once you leave high school and enter like college, university, I don't know, you go get a job.
It's still easy for me to make friends.
Some people like don't even bother. It's like, just I would go get a job. But like, if you try to do that, yeah, I mean, you'll probably make a friend.
Well, I don't try. It just happens.
No, but he's probably going to be some weirdo. But like, if you try, like, I don't know, in class, especially like when you're in college, like, you know how I make my friends?
Yeah.
I show up the first day. Like, I show up the first day, and I show up early. Now here's the tactic. A lot of people don't know is, but like the trick is like I show up early and I sit in the dead center of class.
And then people come around.
Exactly. And then when we start, like, everybody starts talking, like, yo, what up? And then start talking. But everyone's like, yo, that's actually so smart. That's almost, like, creepy, though, because, like, you thought it out, you planned it. And then, like, once, like, you know, it's established, you, like, ask for your contact info. Remember back in the day, like, I don't know if you guys probably didn't live this, but before people would ask for your Facebook, everybody be asking for your Facebook.
Yeah.
Now nobody asks you for my Facebook. It's like, what's your Instagram?
What's your Snapchat?
Yeah, like you got WhatsApp, like, and then like that one guy with his iPhone walks over. It's like you want iMessage? And I'll be like,
no, hell no.
Pull out my Android phone and be like, nah, you don't do that. And he'd be like, well, how am I gonna text you? And I'm like, the normal way we text, like over a number, like it's the same thing, really. I don't know.
He's like, there's still Instagram. You're like,
no, like, it's really funny because, like, someone, like, I'll often get, like, people try to, like, get my contact info and stuff, and I'll be like, I don't think you're ready for it yet. I just, like, shut them down, like, within the first 5 minutes of the conversation, like, so you got Instagram? I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. And they're like, why? I'm like, I have a feeling. And, like, as soon as I follow them, like, half my feed is just them. Because they're, like, posting, like, they'll, like,
daily
they'll repost, like, memes, they'll repost. I'm like, yo, just make, like, a spam account, please. And then there's like, well, as soon as you follow people, sometimes like it'll auto post notify you. Mm-hmm. It's like you follow them and then it'll just be notified every time they post. Yeah. And you have to go to their actual account and like unpost. Like, why are you auto doing this now? Just why? What? Yeah, it's the worst.
So do you have another question?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's all good.
What are your hobbies?
I mean, I like playing video games. That's a big one.
So you're a teenager?
Basically.
So I concluded.
I also like watching anime. Anime is cool to me. I love anime.
You watching it subbed or dubbed?
Subbed.
Okay.
When I can.
When you can. Like, in my
case, if it's too fast, you're just like, no, I gotta find this dubbed.
Like, what is it? I have a friend who he cannot handle people who watch it dubbed. And I remember telling I remember telling him how like I'm dyslexic, so like I just like in general anything that requires me to read, it's just like a no-go. Oh, okay. So I was like, for people like me, I'm like,
still get pissed off.
I'm like, you have no idea how grateful I am for like the dubbing. And he goes like, why? I'm like, because I literally have to pause it every couple of seconds, just so I can read. So literally the whole show is like.
It's like, won't you
just build up.
Like me ever.
Yeah, it's just like pausing the entire thing. Like,
I can't imagine watching Dragon Ball like that. Wait, pause. What'd he say? It should just be like the longest pause.
I'm just grateful that I grew up with Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball was actually being dubbed when I grew up.
Yeah,
y'all didn't live that. We used to watch that live at 8 p.m. Channel 64 if you had Rogers.
Oh,
he's like,
nice.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah, growing up, like that was the thing. Like I remember, like what is it, Bleach too? Like
Bleach is a good one.
I watched the premiere of Bleach. I was alive for that. The very first showcase of Bleach. Like I was just pumped as ever. And I was like, where was I? Because we used to have a TV in on our second floor in my parents' room. Okay. I remember watching on like this little TV, like it's like I think it was like a 5-inch screen. It's like a tablet now. It was like this huge bag, like it's like this little black TV. And I remember watching that episode with my dad. We were just like, they also had like a water bed in there. So it was like, it was really nice. Like I was the comfort. It's great. I'll never forget that. I was like 5 or 6 years old when I saw that. It's like true father bond moment. Never forget that. Yeah, because you weren't alive yet for that.
Yeah, I wasn't a thought,
like there are some things like I can recall like, oh, you weren't alive for that. Right there. I'll be like, I remember this one time we went camping and he's like, I wasn't there for that.
It's like I wasn't born yet.
I was like, I don't remember that. I'm like, oh, you weren't around yet. I'm sorry.
It's like, you remember what? It's like, I'm like, I wasn't born. You're just like, oh yeah, that's right.
It's because we have 6 years between us, right? So it's like it's kind of a gap. When I tell people I have a brother in high school, and then they ask me how old I am, they're like, wait, so how long did your parents wait, man? Like, what would they do? I'm like, and they're like, and also because like we're Latin, so like most Latin people have like one after another, so it just throws off the cycle. They're like,
what's it called? Our mom's side has what, like 10?
9.
9. And our dad's side also has 9.
Well, they had 11.
Well, they had 11. But
They had 11.
they had.
Also, actually, on our mom's side, they also had. No, they had 11 too.
I thought they had 12.
No, they had 11. I don't remember.
We're a big family.
For big families.
Yeah.
Like, for my mom's side, there's just this place.
There's literally like a
town.
A town that's literally just
Family.
cousins,
just
uncles.
family. Like, they're all...
There's a side of a mountain that is ours.
No, like literally, like, whenever, like, I can't remember, like, a friend of mine's like, so how do they, like, you know, like, when they want to, like, get married and stuff, like, you gotta leave the town, man.
Yeah, you gotta leave the town.
Can't
Otherwise,
risk
you can't risk it. You're probably dating your cousin.
And I was thinking about, like, that's actually really crazy, because you know how you go through, like, high school and you start, like, having crushes on people and stuff? Like, you
can't
go to
do
school
that.
without your family, I'm like, that must be so bizarre all the time.
like, just be like, I can't, no.
Like, she could be my cousin. I could be my cousin. Yo, man, she my cousin too.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know anymore.
You'd have to leave.
Like, it's really funny because, but like, a lot of cultures and like, that's how like a lot of like clans were back in the day. So like, back, like maybe like back before like,
well, like to keep the clan together.
well, no, but like,
or like to marry two clans
no, but
together.
like before, that's how it was, right? Like, you just married your cousin and we moved on.
Yeah.
We just moved, like, that's what it was. I remember I had a class where we were talking about that, and apparently there's this island, somewhere by Ireland where everyone's related. Like, everyone through some form of way is related to each other.
That's like not okay.
There's like 2,000 people and they're all considered family.
Oh,
I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I can't imagine like how that even occurred.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
mind-boggling.
He's like, what have we done? It's also like, actually, never mind. Alright, I'm just gonna...
Moving on, next question.
We're not halfway through.
Yeah, but it's okay.
We're just flying through these.
No, just
Flying through these.
I'm sorry. What's
All
your favorite color?
That's not the question.
No, honestly, I don't know what his favorite color is. I haven't seen him in like 6 months.
If I had to pick a favorite color, I would probably have to say purple. I like purple. Purple is a good color, in my opinion.
Like a dark purple?
Like right now you're wearing like a salmon pink shirt. Yeah.
It's not a shirt.
It's a sweater.
It's a sweater.
It's a sweater.
It's a sweater. Okay.
I don't even know what...
Yeah, but I like a darker purple because I don't know. It just
You like a solid like.
What is it like? I was talking with. There's an episode where we talk about color, and I'm like, he's like, if you had to pick any other color besides black, because my favorite color is black. He's like, it's not a color, but if you actually had to pick a color, like, I'll just say I'm like green, but like so dark it's almost black.
So black.
I'm like super, like there's just like a little pigment of green, and like yeah, it's like a ready avocado. You know, like when a avocado it's like almost ready and it's like really really black, but there's like a hint of green to it.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what it's like. He's like, this should count. Like, it's still green though.
It's still green.
It's still green. It's still on that like line of green.
Doing sports?
I used to. I'm not in that right position anymore. I used to like sports like a lot.
Yeah, I
and
know.
then it just all went downhill.
Because gaming came into your life.
Yeah.
He's like,
what is it like?
Well, what are your top games? Like if you had to pick your top 5 games.
Oh, ooh, that's kind of hard. I do like a lot of anime games, so you're gonna hear like maybe 2 of them on there.
Xenoverse.
Yeah, Xenoverse 2.
But which number would that be?
That'd be okay. Wait, let me go from top.
Yeah.
We'll go from bottom to top. I don't know. Okay.
So I would have to say, what would be 5? I don't know. I probably One Piece Burning Blood. That's a fun game.
Okay, One Piece Burning Blood. That's
4. I got into for number 4. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 7 because I bought that on my PS4 and it's like it's really interesting.
Aren't we like at like 20 now? What are you doing for Final Fantasy? Dude, that isn't from your time.
No, but I seen a lot of like stuff about it, and like I heard like the plot is like very confusing.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm not gonna get confused. What is happening?
so I thought that maybe I should give it a try and see if I would be able to like understand the plot.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I mean, I still haven't beat it yet because the game is like To me, it feels like 70 hours plus.
It's like 18 hours in. What was I thinking? I have a friend who does that. He'll buy like a game and like within like 72 hours, he's beaten the game, regardless of time player hours.
Oh.
And he's that like guy who like super overachiever gets every achievement as he's playing the game. Like say like he plays a level and it's like, I don't know, he gets like 80% of like the required things, achievements in order to like get 100% level. He'll replay it again.
Oh.
And he'll like just go like that over and over and over until like he nails. And then when he completes the game in 72 hours, he's 100% complete the game. I'm like, it's crazy.
I used to do that with Mario games. Like my mom would get mad at me because she would buy. So I had a 3DS, okay, and like there was a game called Mario 3D Land.
Yeah.
And I got that game for my birthday, and so I was just playing it, and like after I like was playing it, I was at the last level of like World 8. I'm like, so. But then I was happy because there were secret worlds. Yeah. And I also beat that in like 2 days. So.
I remember there was a game I got. What game was it? It was like Ratchet and Clank, like on a PSP. Yeah. I done like way back now. Done like 2005, 6. You were like still young anyway. But like yeah, because the PSP came out in 2003, man.
Yeah.
You guys were born when that thing came out.
The PSP?
Yeah.
Well, when you got it.
It had already been like a minute. So it was like 2006, 2007.
Yeah. I don't think it was
somewhere
2006. Were we in like grade 2, 3 when that came out?
Well, no, because like there's a PSP. Yeah. And then there was a PSP Slim, which is the one that like got really popular.
Yeah. Is that the one that flipped up?
No, that was a PSP Go. That was like that was like a year out, like a few years after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like right,
but then they came out the PS Vita and like just drifted.
That just like no one even knows what happened to that. even PlayStation's like we don't acknowledge like they're like we're having
It's like, do you guys remember the PS Vita? It's like, what is that?
What is a Vita?
It's really funny because like there's this YouTuber who does like this breakdown of it, of like how it's like I took my Vita, I went to their conference, at E3, got all hyped, and they don't even talk about it. Just PS4, early PS4. Yeah. And that was the year they announced the PlayStation 4 Pro, and he's like, but no Vita. I literally no Vita. Like what is this garbage?
I don't get why they had to really announce that. It's just better like graphics. That's just it. And more memory.
Well, I mean, the world loves some crisp 4K.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's be real.
He's like yes.
Like what is it? Like
I feel like you'd be that one of those guys to invest in that.
The biggest problem I've run into by far is like we don't own a 4K TV. Our TV taps out at like 1080. So like even like my phone, like I walk around with a phone and my phone does 2K. So sometimes I'll be like, if I watch it on the TV, it's a lower res, but it's a bigger screen. So do I just watch on my phone instead? Like these are the questions that I have. Like, do I want to lose quality to watch it on a TV, or do I want to watch on a phone?
Well, even then,
in my bed.
Even then, 1080p is not bad at all.
Well, of course, no. Like honestly, like, and now we're talking about 8K.
Yeah.
Like, we're already like...
You're just like,
yo man, you think...
It's like we went to 4K to like, we skipped 4 numbers.
We went from 2K to 4 to 8.
Plus 4.
Yo, you know what they're
plus
doing?
2 plus
yo,
4.
In Japan, they have this crazy huge billboard that's like 64 something like that K.
What?
Yeah, because like it's like a bunch of like 32K panels just like stuck together, and like all of it added up is like 64K, and it's like we'll say that like when it's on, like you can see it like from like crazy distances.
Wow.
Like because it's so bright and crisp. Like you can make it out. Like the world is curving. It's like I can still see it. Is that an ad for noodles? You're like, that's just like, I'm like, that's insane. When we get like this point of like what is it? Like after like, I think once you hit 4K, like our eyes don't even see in 4K. But like, it's like, why? It's like, why would you get something that can play if your eye can't even
process
visually like process the fact that it's in 4K?
Yeah.
So back to the game thing.
No, yeah.
Okay, so check there.
So I think we're at number 3 now.
Yeah, 3 because you did
I said
One Piece and then you said Final Fantasy. So
7.
Number 3 is probably going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's kind of wonky sometimes.
Like that moment your fist glitches right through the other character and you receive no damage.
I've made people so mad at that game. You know who you are.
You gotta make sure they listen to this.
But yeah, so for number 2, I'm probably gonna have to say Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that.
Yeah, Wilson said that.
Yeah,
too.
Was he the one who got you into that?
Yeah. So the story about how that came to be. So I bought my PS4, and then I was like, okay, what game should I get? Because, like, I mean, I'm kind of new to, like, I wasn't new to PlayStation, because I had a PS3, and I played a lot of, like, Black Ops 2.
So did the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so, like,
you're not wrong.
so I got it, like, after, like, that, because I had an Xbox 360, and I, like, bought Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and, like, I played that for a long time.
Yeah.
So, then after I seen the trailer for Xenoverse 2, I'm like, I need a PS4. So
he had a whole moment where it's like, I need a PS4.
It just kind of clicked. He's like, I need this in my life.
So then after I think maybe 6-7 months later, like I got a PS4, and then I was like, okay, well I only have Uncharted 4. I don't know what I should get. And then after I heard my friends like Wilson, like, he said, oh, I want to pick this person. And I was like, oh, what are you guys playing? And he was like, oh, we're playing a game called Siege. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. What is it? And it's he explained it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty fun. Let me go buy that. And the same day, I went out and I went to go buy like a PlayStation card to go get
the game.
Yeah. And I also needed PlayStation Plus, so that was an extra.
Yeah. Like we've been like, what is it? We've been like fighting off getting PlayStation Plus, but every time it's like shit.
It's like because you don't really need it to play online with the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
because
like,
it depends.
some games.
Yeah, but it depends with the game you're playing, right?
Yeah, like Fortnite.
Yeah,
like, that you don't need.
You don't need
Plus.
it.
And like now with Apex, you don't need it either.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like we're just.
Yeah. Remind me to add you later.
No, literally, like I'm like, should I? Like every time, and then I look at my bank account, and I'm like, I'm a poor college student, can't afford this right now. It's literally my life.
Okay, so we have Xenoverse. No, for the third.
And second was Siege.
Second was Siege.
And actually, I got back into this game after a long time. So this game, I got it when it was on sale. It was really like I was like, this game is like sick. I like it. Naruto Storm 4.
Yeah.
That game. Oh my god.
We need to get that.
Yeah, we need to get that game.
It's such a good game. Plus the like the opening sequence for the game. Like I don't know if you heard that like the song there, but it actually sounds really good. And
he had this whole moment where it's just like opening screen.
He was just like, I could watch this intro every time I play this game. No, but they're like, what is it? Naruto really, like a lot of people say Naruto, they don't like it because of all the fillers and stuff like that.
But the fillers are actually kind of good.
Some of them are okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it got kind of annoying. Like, if you're in the middle of the war.
in the middle of the war, like, you know when they're fighting.
Okay, whoa, stop. We're spoiling stuff.
No, I'm not spoiling anything, but you know when they're fighting, like, the top guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of, like, fillers in between that fight.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, what is it? Like, I was telling my brother how, like, cause we started watching dubbed. And I'm that kind of guy who, like, once I start watching dubbed, I can't jump over to sub. It just bugs me. So I'm like, we're just gonna have to watch it through dub. And they still haven't finished dubbing it, so we're still like,
oh yeah.
So we still haven't finished dubbing it, so we're like really waiting for it to end.
Didn't finish the big climax.
Yeah, and it's like, and the crazy thing is, I'm like to Victor's like, there's a website I found where they literally list out like how to watch it without any filler. Like they literally go like, at this minute of this episode, like, this is the story, stop watching, pick up on this episode at this timestamp.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's like super, I don't know who
it's
did
like,
it.
So that way you can watch the whole story
yeah,
straight.
like, just the story.
700 episodes.
Like, of just, like, but like, it goes down to like, some 500 or 600 episodes.
Because
it's like all the filler.
They go, like, especially after, like, Naruto unlocks the Sage mode, like that went to fillers fast.
Oh, so much. Well, it's because like what happened was they caught up to the writer.
Yeah, and they just needed to give him time.
But like, what was it? Last year was a full year that Naruto like what was it last year that ended or the year before?
It ended when I was in grade 8. I remember that.
Okay, so it was 2017.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago in March, I remember the day it happened. for the first time in like 20 years, Naruto wasn't airing at that time.
Ooh.
For the first, like, I'm like, that's crazy. Imagine holding that time slot for like 20
But now we have Boruto, so.
Yeah, Boruto. Yeah. I mean, I started watching it, and then I got to a filler part, and I was like, no. Because, like, they continued the filler arc for, like, 5 episodes, and I was like, I'm not watching it. I'll just wait till it's done. And
just wait till it's done. Find a website that, like, points out all the filler. Just watch the actual story. Yeah. Like, no, but, so we're, like, the thing with Naruto, though, the main reason I even started talking about this was that Naruto's action sequences changed the way most anime do action sequences. Mm-hmm. Like, if you watch Dragon Ball, like the original Dragon Ball, like not Dragon Ball Z, you watch the original Dragon Ball, like their action sequences, like
they're blurs.
Yeah, they're like they're okay, but like you look at Naruto and it's like there's a whole just like this totally different thing.
Like the artist for Naruto, he literally developed his own style for the fighting. So, like, you can actually see them, like, kick the person. Like, if you watch Dragon Ball and you go back, it's just the kick is just a blur, and then the leg just appears on the guy's face.
Yeah.
But, like, with Naruto, you'll actually see the full kick, and it'll be fast.
Yeah. But, like, they do, like, all these, like, they did all these things, and Naruto really pushed that. And now all the animes do that. Like, and, like, what is, like, My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
Crazy action sequences.
Yeah.
Like, and they're, like, all like Naruto. And then it's, like, all inspired off Naruto. Yeah. Like, what is it, like, Black Clover now? Crazy action sequences,
Black
too.
Clover is a good one.
Yeah. What is it, like, but there's just, like, a ton of anime that now they have crazy action sequences. And, like, and no one knows that it's, like, as long as it's Naruto. And everyone's like, what? I never knew. Like, is it, like, now the really popular one, Sword Art, like, start again. And everyone's like,
oh, yeah.
Alicization,
yeah. Everyone's in that right now. Yeah, anyway, now without spoiling anything, guys, because that's what I went with, once we were, like, talking, you'll start, like, talking about, like, stop talking! Just stop!
No spoilers!
Like, literally, like, I don't even know if I edited that out. I think I left it in there. I said I was, and I think I left it in there. But, yeah, no, so those are your top 5 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I play Siege more, but, like, when I have a chance to play Naruto, I play that.
For like a good couple hours?
Oh, like a couple days ago, actually. I played it for like 5 straight hours. And I was like, I was just too into the game. I just couldn't get off of it.
My gosh.
Damn.
Like, I used to do, like, I had a friend who he used to, so I had a friend when I was in elementary school. I'm going to see if I can get him on the podcast, but I remember he got like the Red Ring of Death on his Xbox like 3 times. Not 1 time, but 3.
That's tough.
But like, I remember how he would tell me how he would be playing and all of a sudden start lagging like crazy, and then he'd see the ring, run over to his Xbox to take out the game. It's like the amount of times that happened. It's like, and then he got a new Xbox, and then like I can't remember, like a couple of months later, same thing again. Because he was just like grinding like that. But he was crazy though. He was like that guy
willing to
like,
miss school.
No, he could like close his eyes and like 360 like scope you, like with his eyes closed.
No.
Like he was crazy. I remember he was one of those guys who's like, I want to become a pro gamer. Like when we were in grade, I'm like, I remember having this really long conversation with him about it. I'm like, it's just not realistic, man. And he's like, yo, you don't know me. He's like, you don't know me. You haven't seen me play. But like, it was so funny because, I look back at it now and I'm like, I totally should have supported him instead of like doubting him. You know, cause like, you know, as a kid, we're entitled to have our dream.
Yeah.
And, you know, follow through on that. Like my dream changed like 4 times now. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But like, it's really funny cause like I look back at it, it's like one of the things I'm like, man, should have supported him on that. Like, but cause he was so good. I doubt he even games now, but like, I can't imagine like all those hours of like just crazy grinding to be the best, and then just like not follow through. And it's just like, that's so
much time wasted.
But imagine,
but
imagine if he ends gets himself into like a tournament. Imagine it'd be like, oh, I haven't played this game in a while.
The other day I was watching this like this guy on I was scrolling through Instagram. And there's this clip of this Twitch streamer who literally has like 100 people watching him. And he's just like fooling around and Fortnite. All of a sudden he sees this guy, throws a grenade at him, jumps over like a truck and shoots the guy. He's like, and it's Ninja. He's like, yo, did I actually just like, and he starts screaming, did I just actually kill Ninja? The guy has like a heart attack.
He's like, oh my god. He's like, I was just fooling around.
It was actually like the funniest and the most amazing reaction I've ever seen of that. Like, he's like, I killed Ninja. Changes his bio, defeater of Ninja. Like, he's like his name, and then it's like below it, it's like in his bio, it's like, defeater of Ninja. On this day, at this time.
I killed Ninja.
He was placed as number whatever. He was 87th. No, like, what is it? I play a lot of like, me because like, I don't really have time to game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of the stuff I play now is like on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I probably like play on my phone PUBG, play on my phone Fortnite. But like that's like about it. And it's like if I have time, it's like there was this one time, and the funny thing too is I was telling Victor how like I'll always be in the top 3, always, and it'll always like for whatever reason it always turns into a scoping match. Who can quick scope the other guy faster? It's always like that. And I was telling Victor like there are times where like there was this one really fun time where. We were in this house and the area shrunk to a point where it was literally just a house. Like, and we were trying to kill each other in this little house, but like, you could jump outside of the house and you'd be like in the out zone. So you jump out of the house and run back inside through the bottom. And we were like, he'd run up and I'd jump out, she'd run back in, and we did this for like a good, I don't know, I want to say 5-10 minutes of us just dodging each other.
So it's like both of you are beside each other and just like,
no, and then I'm like, you know what, man, even if I lose, I'm done. Like, I'm okay. But it was
we tried hard.
It was so funny because I don't know what happened. Oh yeah. I saw like this car. I jump in the car and just start driving in the opposite direction. And then I turn around and he's in another car chasing me. And I'm like, what is it? Just let me die. And then like, so like, it was funny because I think I ended up losing that match, or I think I drowned myself or like, he blew me up, one or the other, because I remember the car blowing up and me drowning for a moment. I don't remember, but it was like the funniest thing because if you take like energy drinks, like it heals you. Yeah. So like if you're in the end zone, you can literally be in there for a really long time as long as you don't get shot. So it's like I remember I was just like rocket jump.
Did you guys hear about like last year about a 16-year-old playing Tetris and he beat a bunch of pros?
Oh yeah,
that's crazy to me. I was like,
what was it, like from the Philippines?
Yeah,
I remember that.
And then like they called him like a hyper tapper.
Yeah.
Because like, whatever.
Well, he plays like he holds the controller like this.
Yeah, and then he's just like,
well, we can't see that.
Oh yeah, well,
but like it's an awkward position.
Yeah, it's like really awkward. But he's like, what is it? The champion.
Yeah, he was
the constant champion. Says like he has so much respect for this kid. Cause like, dang man, like, yo, he was like, he held the title for like 7 years straight to be defeated by some 17-year-old. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like this kid, like some prodigy.
So much time and effort.
Oh yeah.
And it paid off. And then he said he just wanted to qualify. He didn't think he was gonna get that far too. So
it's like, but that's like the thing too. Like you run into some people who, like, I don't know.
They just have it.
Yeah, like, no, like, all the time, I'll see people, I'll run into someone and, like, we'll be talking, and they'll tell me, oh, I do this on the side, and you're like, you know, they say, like, super casual, and then you go and you investigate upon what it's like, bro, you're like a god! It's like, how are you doing this? Like, I remember I had a friend who he was like, oh, you know, like, I play tennis on the side, and he's like, what is it, like, regional champions? Like, I was like, Google, I'm like, oh, I play tennis outside. It's like, you can Google me. I'm like, really? Like, I thought, like, you know, like, some tournament or something. Like, it turns out he's a regional champion. I'm like, what? Like the same thing. Like I was telling, I used to work at this camp where they taught languages, and there was like this lady in a wheelchair, and like you know, I never asked her, and I never got around to asking her how that happened. But she was a gold Olympian, a paired gold Olympian. I had no idea. I went with her 2 years, and in the last month that I knew her, she told me. Yeah, I'm like, I would have never known if no one would ever win the rounds. Like, and she she brought it, like, and her husband is Canadian. He's also, like, a gold Olympian and silver. I'm like, yo, man, like,
you guys are family.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, if I were, like, an Olympian gold medal winner, I'd be telling the world.
I'd be, like, wearing it around my neck. Look, I want gold.
Yeah, just, like, I'd just be wearing it. It'd be a part of me. Never take it off, just on me. It's part of me. It's like my phone. never leaves my side.
It's mine.
No, but yeah, but like some people are like super humble about like things they're crazy good at. It's like to me, it just blows my mind. I don't know how. But yeah. Do
you had a question, didn't you?
No,
you had one more question.
No, that was 3 questions.
Well, I asked the one question. I asked the color and the gaming.
Really?
Yeah, you only asked 2. You have one more.
Oh. Well, I think you stole my question then.
Want me to ask him another question?
I can ask him I don't mind asking him another question.
Okay.
This will be the last question.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him.
Oh, I'm ready. He's ready.
All right, no. I guess my question is like, so like in all the years you've known Victor, what would you say would be the thing that kept you guys being friends? Like, even though you guys, went different ways and somehow got back in touch and like, I don't know, man, like me, that happens like on the daily, but
Wi-Fi.
So what, like, kept me and Victor, like, knowing each
yeah,
other?
no, like, I mean, like, what motivated you, I guess, to be here right now?
Well, I heard that Victor and you were doing a podcast, and I was like, oh, that sounds nice. And so, like, Wilson, the person that was on here before, was,
That's a joke, though. I literally titled it with Will, question mark.
So, then, I guess Wilson and Victor were talking about it, and Victor was like, oh, well, I wouldn't mind him being on the show.
Yeah, no. He was saying, oh, I told John, and I'm just like, oh, I should get him on it. And he's like, yeah, I can tell him about it if you want. I'm like, yes, please do.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, me in my case, like, I was telling Victor, like, I haven't ever, like, I think I've only told, like, 2 people who go to school with me currently that I'm doing a podcast.
I have a friend who he literally told my entire English class. Because the teacher asked a question. It's just like, do you guys listen to any podcasts? And he raises his hand. And it's like, my favorite podcast is Victor's podcast. And everybody in the class just turns and looks at me like, you have a podcast? And I'm just like, yeah, it's something I do on the side.
Yeah, I was telling a teacher how, like, because I've been, like, for some reason, I've been, like, really sick since, like, January. And she says before January, I keep losing my voice.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and I was telling her how, like, doing a podcast has been crazy. When it's last something because I'll lose my voice and, like, I'll go, like, I'll start, like, literally drinking vinegar so I can talk for the podcast. Wow. And then, like, my prof goes, you're gonna, like, ruin your vocal cords. I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay, it's not worth it.
It's all gonna work out.
Yeah, it's like one day my hobby will be worth something.
Yeah.
300 episodes in. Has like no place. It's like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, so I guess Wilson was the one who kept us connected.
Basically, yeah.
Wow, guys, Wilson doing all the legwork for you for this friendship to stay a thing.
Well, we saw each other. We saw each other in the summer, and that was because of Wilson.
Yeah, because the workout thing, right?
Yeah, we were at the gym.
The workout.
Yeah, we were at the gym and then we were leaving, and then Wilson's just like, "Oh, can you wait a little bit?" And I'm just like, "For what?" And then I saw you walk by. I'm like, "Oh, Jonathan."
He didn't even tell you why to wait.
He didn't tell me why to wait. I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "I can just go home right now."
He's like, "I just want to go home. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah,
just worked out my body. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow."
Oh, I know the ones.
No, I have there's this guy who he in one of my classes, he works out like crazy, and he's like, if you work out enough, you never get sore. I was like,
I haven't gotten.
But this guy was like, he's like an ex-military guy. I'm like, I can't imagine the amount of stuff he's been through. I'm like, his body's
been pushed to the limits.
Oh yeah, his body's been beyond pushed. He's got the like Captain America body. Like he's like, and it's really funny because there'll be days where like I'll go get lunch. And, like, because our lunch, we have, like, 30 minutes. I think it's, like, 30 minutes or, like, an hour, like, between classes. And then we have a 3-hour class. So, like, we'll all go get food and then go to that class. But it's really funny because sometimes I'll be in there, like, eating a patin. And he's, like, right across from me, like, 3 seats away from me. And there's no one in between us. And he's sitting there eating this huge salad. And every time, like, I'll just...
Giant salad.
Yeah, and I'll just turn and look at him and be like, man, you make me feel like I should care about my body again. And he's like, why'd you stop caring? I'm like, because I don't care. Because I'm in college. But it's like, it's the most bizarre thing. Because he'll turn and look at me and I'm like, man, you make me feel so fat. Keeps eating potato.
He's like, man.
Like, why you make me feel bad, bro? It's like turns away, just tries to look out a window, and it's just a brick wall.
And you're just still shoving food in your mouth.
So like, I'll just be like,
they can't see that.
and I'll like turn away and eat.
Just turn away and start shoving food in your mouth. Oh, I feel so bad right now.
Oh, yeah, no, but like, I can't remember when this, like, I had this guy who he was like really ripped, but he did like this crazy thing where he would eat like however he wanted to, but he would calculate based on the calories how long it would take for him to burn it off. So he would literally like, we'd go out to eat like whatever it was. He'd be like, I gotta go, guys. I'm like, why? It's like, I got like 4 hours of gym later tonight. We'd be like, it's like, I gotta work out that burger. We're like, dang.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah, but I remember this one time, he ordered like a small pizza and he ate it all by himself. I'm like, you're gonna be regretting this later. It's like, why, 7 hours later on the treadmill?
Oh,
but I remember him telling me, yo, man, I didn't bother, like 2 hours, and I was like, I'm out. Because we were like in the middle of finals too. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't have time to be safe.
He's like, I need to study.
Yeah, like, that's the problem. A lot of people run into that. Like, they're trying to balance everything. Like, I need more time to study. And then they start studying and they're like, hey, look, is that YouTube?
Get sidetracked.
Yeah. Like, I have a friend who he's like, yo, the other day I was trying to study and I opened up YouTube. I was going to watch one video. 7 hours later, man. Literally 7 hours later. I'm like, what time was it? It was like 4 in the afternoon. Hey, 7 hours later. It's like 2 in the morning.
You got hooked.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
No, it's because you literally click on one video and then there's a list right beside all those videos.
And it's like, these look very interesting.
Exactly.
And then like now that they have like autoplay, it'll just
Yeah.
keep playing. Like
Yeah.
I remember like I was watching a video and I left to go to the washroom and I came back. I was gone for like a minute and a half. I came back and like I thought it was the same video. And I'm like, this is a really long video. And I like raised the cursor and I'm like, is that like 5 minutes? It's like a 10-minute video. And then, like, I clicked back and I realized that, like, I had watched, like 3 videos. And I'm like, I just spent, like, half an hour. It's like, what is
It's like, this is the same channel, so you see the same guy.
Yeah.
So you're like, it's the same video.
It's the same video. 14 hours later, what was I thinking? Same thing with, like, Facebook and, like, Instagram does that.
Yeah.
Instagram, like, you start scrolling.
Yeah, you start scrolling and then you just don't stop
Yeah.
until, like, I don't
Until
know,
you
an hour or
catch
two
up.
later.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? And because everything's out of order, like, you never know anymore. You're like, what's this? And then all of a sudden it'll get to like have you ever gone far enough where it'll auto refresh on its own?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you go far enough down, it'll just refresh on its own.
It's like refresh, and it brings you all the way back to the top.
And then you have to scroll through that.
Yeah. You're like, there was this photo I wanted to like, but I don't know where it is now.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't remember who posted it either.
Or it's like, I wanted to show somebody this.
No, it's like, I'm looking for this picture of this sunset, types in hashtag sunset, and you're like, just like the world. Hey, we need a search function on Instagram just for our friends.
Yeah.
Based on the hashtag. That would be great. That's what we need in this world.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we've come to an end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have. This has been Two Latin Brothers podcast.
Wait, actually.
What do you want?
Why are you being so aggressive?
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna be like, we should end it, but I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
You wanna let me talk?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so I was gonna say that, you need to figure out who you're gonna have on next week.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Who do you think I should have on next weck?
Just kidding.
I'm gonna have to censor that one out.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know.
I was gonna get this awkward now.
What do you mean by awkward?
Okay, I gotta edit that out again.
Oh, sorry.
You're just making more work for me, guys. Stop talking.
Wait, chilla. There you go.
Okay, still, I gotta edit that
No.
one out.
No. That's,
Okay, anyway.
It's a nickname. It's
No,
nameless.
yeah.
So, I mean, you could get that person.
But I'm also thinking about pause for a second. I'm just joking.
Okay, want me to pause it for a second? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, you were saying?
Yeah. So who should we? Who's funny? I don't know who to get on.
It's a hard one. I mean, you can always ask.
We'll just beef it out or something.
Okay, you know what? We'll just, you guys can talk about this later. we're gonna end it here.
Okay, so this has been a Two Latin Brothers podcast. You can follow us on Spotify or
subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, because apparently you can do it on Google Podcasts. I had no idea.
Yeah, you can also leave a comment on Apple Podcasts. What am I saying?
Yes, because we need comments.
You can also rate us on Apple Podcasts.
Apparently, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
What else? Tweet at us, email us. It's on the description.
It's on the description.
And if you can't see the description because you're on Spotify, stop listening to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I literally had a guy message me. He's like, "You always mention the description, but I can't see the description on Spotify." I'm like, "Then stop listening to it on Spotify." Like, because you can see a description for each episode on every other platform except Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify's just mean like that.
Yeah.
Also, we recently created an Instagram account.
Yeah.
There's no post yet. There's not even a profile picture, but it's linked in the description.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that last week, but it was also in last week's description as well.
Yeah.
Just in case I was wondering what that was.
I will also shout that out
Okay.
on my Instagram.
Okay, well, you don't need to tell the world that.
You can plug it in if you want.
And you know, if you want to like, you want to plug
plug
in your like Instagram, your whatever.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, you want to say it?
Do
you want people to
He's
follow
having
you?
some doubts about this.
Do you want people to follow you?
Yeah.
My Instagram's kind of a weird one.
Okay,
Just say it. Just say it.
Okay, so it is, I'm pretty sure, 7_JON3RS7_.
Okay, you know what?
Weird.
I will link it in the description.
Yeah.
If you want to go follow Victor's friend Jonathan.
Yeah.
Shameless plugs. Link in description. Okay. We're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
So bye.
Bye.
Bye.